Don't outsource your health and don't be a lazy bastard when it comes to health. I'm not against doctor, I'm just saying do your homework yourself. The biggest change in my life was going vegetarian. Make health a priority. Don't act when it's too late. My idea about health, it's really personal, and also each of our health journey is so different. I'm not fan of mainstream things, everything which is mainstream. Even when I became vegetarian, for example, 10 years ago, it was way less common than today, and I did it because I couldn't eat the emotions stored in that meat I was eating. It had an effect on my emotion. I didn't do it in the first place because of the animals. I love animals, and yet it was very intrinsic motivation coming from my body. Maybe I have seen a little bit too much the past 10 years. I was 2 years traveling the world, trying different things, health, you name it, from meditation, Ayurvedic stuff. Fasting brought a lot because I had a brain tumor or this cancer, and I took from 2015 I left all my companies and I took like 2 years pilgrimage. I was really traveling around the world and trying different things. So idea about health is very simple: make health a priority. Don't act when it's too late. Same like when you have a car, you maintain the car. Why would you not maintain your body? And it's more than the gym. And food also, I would say nutrition is very important, and yet the food we eat has not the nutritious value anymore because the soil is so depleted, even if it's organic, etc. So there is also a lot of illusion, or I see people going vegan and they eat only vegan junk food. I mean, come on. Or all processed food. I mean, it makes me even speechless. The most simple, that maybe is what I like. The most simple is the most profound. It's always in life. In spirituality, everything I learned, the most simple is the most profound. For example, in healing, I think our brain is 90% water and the body is 70% water. So you need to understand about water. Bodies or minerals, we are water and minerals, or in other words, we are semiconductors. So when I say water, what changed big time in my life was a pH level. You can go, because many things we consume are acid. The most thing beside of green tea is acid. So you need to add more alkaline stuff into your body, and the best way is to put a higher pH level water into your body. There are machines around, there are like filters around I use at home, super cheap, super easy. So it doesn't need to be very complicated. Then minerals, you need minerals in order to store water in your cell. Barbara O'Connor, maybe I can link a video. It's the best video when you want to get the basics about water and minerals. I have to link. We're gonna link this video because it shows you how important are good salts in order to have a better water management in your body. Then energetically, I have to name this. There is a water around. The US guys know it. It's called liquid death, and it's in aluminum cans. I mean, for all the people watching this podcast, if you drink, that shit, I would be very careful, because there are enough, and it's not esoteric, blah blah. It's really scientific proven. It's cymatics. Water stores the vibration. Even over 10,000 kilometer distance, water is electronic or energetically connected. For example, when they blew up the first nuclear bomb, 10,000 kilometer distance, water changed its structure. So, just in a nutshell, I would never touch a water where it's canned with a slogan of liquid death. I mean, you're literally drinking liquid death. And I don't know, many people maybe are unaware of this. Google it, ask AI. Maybe lastly, entertainment. When people ask me about food, I always say, and it's coming from my dear friend who has cured 20,000 people from cancer. So a lot of knowledge, 3, 4, 5 healing centers around the planet. A lot of food is entertainment. A lot of food is just for entertainment. If it's highly cooked, fried, for example, there is not much nutritious value in it. I like vegetarian burger. I'm vegetarian, as I mentioned, 10 years. And fries, it's entertainment food. I eat it once in a while. I prefer salad or raw food. Food is energy and the other way around. So listen to your body, what's craving. My body tells me I need carbs. My body tells me I need sugar. My body tells me I need salt. It's really amazing. I don't need to ask my mind. My body tells me. Same like when my body tells me to stop eating. And I would say generally for healing in my life, 70% was nutrition. So it's very, very important, including the water, what I mentioned. The rest is maybe 20% mindset, the vibration, the energy you're surrounded with. And sleep, I need to mention, sleep is very important. For health, you can't restore balance or a healthy routine if you don't sleep enough. And that's also my daily routine. I say I have the privilege that I can take 8 hours of sleep. That's the luxury of life. I had not so much sleep in the past, and now I love to sleep. 8 hours is the minimum. I love to dream. So it's, at the end, in my opinion, quite easy. Maybe lastly, create your own. Don't buy books and follow health influencers and all this. I can't really. There is so much bullshit out there, and of course that's my personal opinion. You have to find what's good for you, and often if you follow too much those influencers, you are not really doing what would be best for you. So really create your own style and take it easy. Like, don't overdo also these daily routines. The biggest change in my life was going vegetarian. Quite crazy. I would say for me it was really a big step, and it came not from my mind. It was really my body was like, I can't eat it anymore. For example, if you want to torture me, you have to send me in a grocery shop and I walk through the butcher section. I mean, energetically, for me it's horrible. And not because I love the animals and I see them all dead. I can cope with that. It's more the energy. That steak in showcased on a piece of ice, there is no vibration. That thing is dead. When I walk through the fruit and vegetable thing, that's still vibrating. Of course, you have also there differences. Energetically is really a huge difference. And you don't need to be super conscious and spiritual that you feel the difference. You can test that yourself. Sleep, I already mentioned. Get enough sleep. Go early to bed. I say for me has been the biggest change. The sleep before midnight is nice. What I said already about water. Maybe another thing, don't put stuff on your skin you wouldn't eat. I mean, as simple as it is, like shampoos, all this shit, sun lotion, blah, blah. I mean, there is so much natural solutions out there. For example, sun cream or lotion, I believe in many cases it causes skin cancer. And also that people stay the whole day in sun. I mean, nature is intelligent. If we get red, it's a sign that we go out. You need sun cream only if you cannot go out of the sun, if you're exposed to sun because of work or whatever. Or for example in the face, if you ride the whole day motorbikes, etc. But otherwise, just listen to your body. Same with alcohol. People always ask me, alcohol, do I need to get rid of? I shared to my friend yesterday, the body is telling you when you get tipsy, then stop it. I mean, you don't need to make a PhD in health to understand. You can drink that glass of wine or a beer without any harm, I believe, in my personal experience. And when you get tipsy, you stop it. With actually a lot of things, our body really tells us how we should behave. Supplements, it's a big business, and it makes life complicated. So, yeah, what can I say with supplements? It's such a big thing out in the outer world that, for me, it makes me mind blown. You can buy from morning till evening different stuff and consume from morning till evening. I would say without the basic understanding, no supplement will really help you. If you don't have time or curiosity to know about health, and you just consume vitamin C and D and omega-3, I think it's quite stupid. Then I would also say, if you supplement, check what is it made of, because, for example, omega-3 I like. Omega-3 is, I believe, the most or one of the most important supplements beside of vitamin C, D. If it's made from fish oil, for example, from the Baltic Sea, I would leave the hands off. Or whey protein made from all this, let's say, industrial produced cow milk, which is full of growth hormone. I could never take those proteins, because there is so much natural stuff around, like such a inchi powder I take is a superfood. It has 60 grams, 60% of protein, and it's not full of growth hormone and chemicals from horrible conditioned whatever cows made in US. So that's what I say. Do your homework first, and then what I also say, if you supplement, make blood tests. In my life, the biggest change, including finding out that I have a tumor in my head, was a blood test. I really advise once a year go and check it's not so complicated, what you can check in your blood, because the blood is the most important fluid in your body. And again, you don't need to be a health expert, you can do it. There is one, maybe I linked this in the description, is Function Health in the US, is superb, $500. It's an amazing investment. We are working quite close with them, and I'm just doing another test in like 2 weeks. And then, of course, you see where is a deficit, and then you work out this deficit quite easy. I hear that question all the time. Oh my God, you must be sick because you don't eat meat. You have a B12 deficit. Protein must be horrible. I would say I'm not. I mean, I go to gym 3 times a week. I feel very fit. I have met a lot of very fit people without eating meat, and I believe it doesn't really matter what you eat. Again, if you have a healthy relationship with your body, it does not matter. If you want to eat meat, eat meat. In my case, I also believe we are like in nature. Animals eat meat and some animals don't eat meat. I believe we are the same. It's so stupid to have an agreement if you're a meat eater or not. Just leave me alone. Like, why India would be gone as well. 400 million are vegetarian. So yes, we get enough protein as vegetarian, and as I said, there are really amazing protein sources. You can Google and AI everything. You chickpeas or bees in general. If you still consume dairy, you have enough protein there. Also, I challenge a little bit those WHO recommendation. 70 grams of sugar a day. Come on, are you serious? For example, who came up with this number? Who came up with the number of protein? So again, I listen to my body, and I think that's the best advice. My life hacks in terms of health is, I would switch off the TV, but I already said that many times, because there is not much, sorry for all the TV producers, there is not much positivity in TV, or I would say it's so much more fascinating to get health advice from AI, for example. You know what I did? I did a full body scan, MRI, and a full body blood test, what I just mentioned, and then you upload this data into AI. And I tell you, you will be mind blown. It's like a doctor on steroids. Everybody can do that. You don't need to. I'm sorry also for the doctors. Why would you ask a doctor who has learned 6 years, let's say, on average, 50 books of content produced by pharmaceutical industry, instead of asking an open source? And I'm not against doctor, I'm just saying, do your homework yourself. Most people are a little bit lazy, that's what I'm saying. If it comes to health, the only person you should ask and trust is yourself. And of course you can do your research. Nowadays, I see a big revolution coming with AI. I'm working actually with a startup from the US on building a customized health advisor / AI. In August, we will have our first beta version. So that's super exciting. I would say infinite possibilities, health and technology combined. Get really comfortable in your body. Make peace with your body, even if it's out of shape, even if you think you have a lot of problems, make peace with your body and those problems. It is never as perfect as we want to have it. So that's really the health advice number 1. And then maybe 2, education. Self-educate. Be curious about it. Don't ask and rely on other people, really. In my healing journey, it was also the most toughest to not listen to the doctors. And not because I thought I'm smarter. It was just, it didn't feel good for me. And I have nothing against doctors. I know a lot of doctors. It's more like, who else than myself did know what to do was right? For example, I avoided chemotherapy. Everybody needs to come up with his own conclusion. The takeaway for health, maybe the most important thing from everything I learned the last 15 years, is don't outsource your health and don't be a lazy bastard when it comes to health, because it is like the life is quite comfortable, I said, on sugar and entertainment. And yet, if health goes down the drain, if you have a health issue, immediately it's top priority. It's really, so it should be always the priority, and it's a continuous learning. You need to take full control of your life and health. Nobody else can do it, no doctor, no AI. And maybe the second, invest some money beside of the time, because I see people are so frugal. It doesn't need that much of money invested, but you invest a few $1,000s into a car and you're too frugal to invest, I would say $1,000 to $2,000 a year is already enough. Even $50, as long as you invest something before your life is, or your health is in a major problem. So take control and see it. Maybe the last is really see health and health life improvement as joy or something positive. It's really an amazing journey. It's full of adventure, I would say, if you're curious. Health you can't outsource. You are in full control. It was the biggest thing of my life to take control of my health, not asking doctors or outside people, following what felt right for me. I can only give this advice. If you have questions, put them in the comments below. I would love how your health journey is or was, and how you could gain control about your life. Maybe also what would interest me is how you use AI, because I believe it's a game changer in the experiences I brought up.